Hello students, I am Jitendra Choyal and I am present in front of you with a new video from class 9th. You can see class 9th subject English, chapter 2, The Adventures of Toto. Today we'll go with this story and I'll be explaining this story to you. Actually this story is about a monkey. And monkey, not actually all monkeys, whatever monkeys you see, all those monkeys are mischievous, right? But and this story is also about a mischievous monkey, okay, whose name is Toto, right? You can see baby monkey, okay. And actually what happens in this story, an old man, he purchases a monkey from a Tonga driver and he brings that monkey to his home because he loves the animal. He loves to have the animals at his home very much. That's why. Now what happens when he brings the monkey home, okay, and how does he keep, how does that person, that old man, keep that monkey at his home? Let us go through the story and let us know about that, okay. So the adventures of Toto, adventures you know very well, the activities, okay, the activities of Toto. Toto means this monkey's name is Toto. Now, have you ever had a baby monkey as a pet? This is a question for all of us, okay. Toto is a baby monkey. Now Toto is a baby monkey, okay. Let's find out whether he is mischievous or docile. And we have to find out, after reading the story, after studying the story, we have to find out whether Toto is a mischievous monkey or he is a docile monkey. Docile means the person or a monkey who is ready to accept instruction. That monkey is known as, or that person is known as docile, right? Now let's start with the story. Grandfather bought Toto from a Tonga driver for the sum of 5 rupees. The Tonga driver used to keep the little red monkey tied to a feeding trough, and the monkey looked so out of place there that grandfather decided he would add the little fellow to his private zoo. Now see, grandfather purchased the monkey. So when the grandfather, this is the picture of grandfather, you can see the grandfather, when he purchased when he saw the Toto, when he saw the monkey Toto first time, so he saw, and the Toto was with a Tonga driver. You can see this is the Tonga and he might be the driver, Tonga driver. So he saw the monkey with a Tonga driver and the Tonga driver kept monkey tied with a feeding trough. Feeding trough, you can see the pot or the thing which is used for feeding the animals. So that is called feeding trough. So the Tonga driver used to keep the monkey tied with the feeding trough. But as the grandfather saw the monkey, so he was so much surprised and so much attracted towards the activities of the monkey and towards the features of the monkey that he decided to purchase that monkey, to have that monkey and to carry that monkey to his private zoo what he had at his home. Now Toto was a pretty monkey. His bright eyes sparkled with mischief beneath deep set eyebrows, and his teeth, which were a pearly white, were very often displayed in a smile that frightened the life out of elderly Anglo-Indian ladies. Now you can see Toto was a mischievous monkey. You can see his teeth, his eyes, the deep lined eyebrows, okay. So the same kind of things were, the features were there in Toto also. His eyes were very bright, shiny. His eyebrows were very deep lined. His teeth were just like pearls, okay. So and he could frighten very often when he showed his teeth. Toto showed his teeth, so he could frighten any Anglo-Indian lady. Now, but his hands looked dried up as though they had been pickled in the sun for many ears, but his hands, you can see the hands of the monkey, his hands were dried up, means those were thin and lean, as if it seemed to the grandfather that he might have been preserved in the sun for many years. He might have been thrown into the sun for many years, means he was not getting proper diet. The grandfather meant to say this. Now, yet his fingers were quick and wicked, and his tail, while adding to his good looks, grandfather believed a tail would add to anyone's good looks, also served as a third hand. Okay, but the monkey's fingers, those were quick and wicked. Okay, and besides this, the monkey's tail, which was adding to its beauty. Okay, for the grandfather, monkey's tail was the addition in the beauty of Toto. Means that was increasing the beauty of Toto, the tail. Now, and that tail, the tail of the monkey, worked for Toto as his third hand. Right, two hands already he had, but the tail could be considered the third hand for Toto, because he utilized that in this way, like this. He could use it to hang from a branch, and it was capable of scooping up and delicacy that might be out of reach of his hands. Okay, now why that tail of the monkey is being called the third hand of monkey? Because he utilized that tail in hanging from the branch. He utilized that tail from scooping, means for scooping out something from anything. Okay, he utilized his tail for collecting the food which was farther, or which was far from his reach. So that's why his tail is being called his third hand. Grandmother always fussed when grandfather brought home some new bird or animal. Now, grandfather was very much fond of keeping the animals at home, and that's why he had a private zoo at his home, right? But his wife, the grandmother, she always made fuss. She always made her face. Okay, whenever grandfather brought any animal or bird at his home, so she didn't like that. Okay, but let's see. So it was decided that Toto's present should be kept a secret from her until she was in a particularly good mood. Okay, and that's why it was decided by the grandfather and the narrator that they would keep the Toto's presence as a secret till the grandmother's mood would not be good. Okay, so till by that time they would be keeping this as a secret. Grandfather and I put him away in a little closet opening into my bedroom wall. Now, the grandfather, you can see the grandmother, she is making fuss or looking frustrated. Okay, now grandfather and the narrator, they decided to keep the monkey in a little closet. This is the closet. Okay, so they decided to keep that monkey in a little closet into the narrator's room. Okay, because they wanted to hide that monkey from the grandmother. Now, and where was that closet? Into the narrator's room, where he was tied securely, or so we thought, to a peg fastened into the wall. And there in the room, when he was kept in the closet, so he was tied with a peg in the wall. You can see this is the peg in the wall, what we call in Hindi khooti. Okay, so the monkey was tied up with the wall, with a peg in the wall. Now, a few hours later, when grandfather and I came back to release Toto, we found that the walls, which had been covered with some ornamental papers chosen by grandfather, now stood out as naked brick and plaster. Now, few hours later, when grandfather and narrator, when they went to release Toto from that captivity, so when they went there to set Toto free, okay, so what did they see there? They saw that the walls were naked and their bricks and plaster was visible, means actually those walls were covered with the ornamental wallpapers, but now those walls stood naked and the bricks and plaster was visible. You can see this kind of condition was created by Toto. This is the wallpaper, but Toto tore all the wallpapers which were pasted, which were decorated on the wall. So Toto made this kind of condition of the narrator's room. Now, the peg in the wall had been wrenched from its socket, and as we saw this peg, so it was the peg in the wall, this was wrenched out, means this was pulled out from its socket by the Toto. By utilizing its strength, he might have pulled out that peg, and then he was able to tear these wallpapers. Now, and my school blazer which had been hanging there was in shred, and the narrator's school blazer which was hanging there in the room, that was also in shreds. Now you can see these are the blazers. Okay, so the narrator's blazer's condition was just like this. Okay, after Toto was kept there in the narrator's room. Okay, next. I wondered what grandmother would say, but grandfather didn't worry. He seemed pleased with Toto's performance. Okay, now the narrator was thinking about his grandmother, what grandmother would say after all these destruction. After all these destructions, what grandmother would say. The narrator was thinking about her. Okay, but the grandfather was very happy. He was very pleased to see Toto's performance. Whatever things Toto performed, whatever activities Toto performed, grandfather was very much happy with Toto's performance. Now, he is clever, said grandfather. Give time, I'm sure he could have tied the torn pieces of your blazer into a rope and made his escape from the window. Now, grandfather was very happy, and he told the narrator that if this monkey had been given time, so the monkey would have prepared a rope of the torn blazer, and it would have made his escape from the window. The narrator thought so. So he was very happy with the cleverness of the monkey. His presence in the house still a secret, Toto was now transferred to a big cage in the servants' quarters, where a number of grandfather's pets lived very sociably together. A tortoise, a pair of rabbits, a tame squirrel, for a while my pet goat, but the monkey wouldn't allow any of his companions to sleep at night. So grandfather, who had to leave Dehradun next day to collect his pension in Saharanpur, decided to take him along. Now, still Toto's presence was a secret for grandmother. Okay, and that's why grandfather and the narrator, they decided to transfer Toto into a cage near the servants' quarters, where other animals of grandfather's private zoo were situated. So they decided to keep Toto into the same place. Okay, so he was transferred to a cage. Now, which animals were there in the private zoo of the grandfather? Tortoise, a pair of rabbits, a tame squirrel, tame because generally squirrels are found in the wild area. Okay, they are set free. Okay, but here it was a tame squirrel. Okay, because it lived in the grandfather's private zoo. Now, you can see this goat belonged to the narrator, and this goat also lived there in the private zoo of the grandfather. Now what happened? The next day grandfather was to go to Dehradun to collect his pension, monthly pension. So now he decided to carry Toto along with him, because Toto didn't allow any one of these animals to sleep at night. He teased them. Toto teased all of the animals at night, and he didn't allow anyone to sleep at night. So that's why the grandfather decided to carry Toto along with him to collect his pension wherever he was going, Dehradun. Now, unfortunately, I could not accompany grandfather on that trip, but he told me about it afterwards. So unfortunately, the narrator could not go with the grandfather to Dehradun, okay, on that trip. But whatever happened during that trip, that was informed to the narrator by grandfather afterwards. Now what happened there? A big black canvas kit bag was provided for Toto, and a big bag was provided for Toto. Okay, you can see this kind of bag. This is a small one, but this kind of bag was provided for Toto. Okay. Now why this kind of a bag provided to the Toto? See, what was the use of that bag? This, with some straw at the bottom, became his new abode. Now abode means shelter or home. So this bag became a new abode for Toto, and these kind of straws were spread at the bottom of that bag so that the monkey could feel comfortable, right? So these kind of straws were sprayed in the bag so that the monkey could feel comfortable, right? Now, so this was the new home for the monkey. When the bag was closed, there was no escape. Toto could not get his hands through the opening, and the canvas was too strong for him to bite his way through. Okay, now that bag was very strong, that was made of very strong canvas, and now the monkey was not even able to bring out his hand, or neither any part of the body. He could not bring any part of his body from that bag. Okay, so now he was actually he was captivated in that bag. Now his efforts to get out only had the effect of making the bag roll about on the floor or occasionally jump into the air, an exhibition that attracted a curious crowd of onlookers on the Dehradun railway platform. Now what happened? You know very well, when a monkey is kept somewhere, so the monkeys are monkeys, they don't remain silent, they don't remain still anywhere, right? So as the monkey was there inside the bag, so it attracted people's attention towards it, because sometime the bag was rolling on the floor on the railway platform, on the Dehradun railway platform. Sometime it was rolling, and sometime it was jumping. So the people got attracted towards this, that how can a bag jump, how can a bag roll on the floor? So that was the reason why people looked very curiously towards this bag. Now Toto remained in the bag as far as Saharanpur, but while grandfather was producing his ticket at the railway turnstile, okay, Toto suddenly poked his head out of the bag and gave the ticket collector a wide grin. Now Toto, till Saharanpur, Toto remained in the bag, but at the turnstile, when grandfather was producing the ticket from the bag, so at that time he might have opened the bag. So just then the Toto poked up his head, he came out, he brought his head out of the bag, and he gave a big grin. Grin means a stupid kind of smile or a fake smile to the ticket collector. Okay, now ticket collector noticed that there was an animal with the grandfather. Okay, now let's see what happens. The poor man was taken aback, but with great presence of mind and much to grandfather's annoyance, he said, "Sir, you have a dog with you. You will have to pay for it accordingly." Okay. Now, for a moment the ticket collector was taken aback, means he was shocked after looking at that animal. Okay, but he utilized his presence of mind, and then he told the grandfather that, sir, you have, means he told the grandfather that he had a dog with him and he had to pay for the dog accordingly, according to the rule. Okay, now, and after listening this, the grandfather was annoyed a little, annoyed very much. Okay, because the ticket collector called a dog to a monkey. Okay, so the grandfather was annoyed. You know very well, the grandfather loved animals very much. Okay, so the grandfather took this as an insult of Toto, and he was annoyed. He got irritated. Now, in vain did grandfather take Toto out of the bag. In vain did he try to prove that a monkey did not qualify as a dog or even as a quadruped. Quadruped means the four-legged animal. Okay. Toto was classified a dog by the ticket collector, and 3 rupees was the sum handed over as his fare. Okay. Now, in vain, uselessly, grandfather brought out the Toto from bag, and he tried in vain. Vain means uselessly. He tried to prove that Toto was not a dog and he was a monkey. He tried to prove that, but the ticket collector considered Toto as a dog. Okay, and then grandfather had to pay a sum of 3 rupees to the ticket collector as a fare of Toto. Then grandfather, just to get his own back, took from his pocket our pet tortoise and said, what must I pay for this, since you charge for all animals? Now the grandfather produced the tortoise, what he was having in his pocket. Okay, so he produced that tortoise, and as he was irritated, okay, so we can consider the situation of the grandfather. So he produced the tortoise from his coat pocket, and he showed that tortoise to the ticket collector, and he asked for the fare. How much fare will you charge for this animal? As you charge for all animals, so how much will you charge for this animal, for the tortoise? Okay. So he asked for the fare. Okay. Now the ticket collector looked closely at the tortoise, prodded it with his forefinger, gave grandfather a pleased and triumphant look, and said, no charge, it is not a dog. Okay. Now the ticket collector looked at the tortoise. He prodded means he touched the tortoise with his finger, and then he told in a very pleased and triumphant way. Okay, he told, sir, we don't charge for this animal because a tortoise cannot be identified as a dog. We just charge for the dogs. Okay. Now, when Toto was finally accepted by grandmother, he was given a comfortable home in the stable, where he had for a companion the family donkey Nana. Okay. Now, finally, when Toto was accepted by the grandmother also, when this secret was exposed to the grandmother, and the grandmother was ready to accept Toto in her home, so after that Toto was given a comfortable residency, comfortable shelter, along with his new companion, which was a donkey whose name was Nana. A donkey was the companion of Toto. Now, on Toto's first night in the stable, grandfather paid him a visit to see if he was comfortable. To his surprise, he found Nana without apparent cause pulling at her halter and trying to keep her head as far as possible from a bundle of hay. Now, when Toto was kept with Nana, the donkey, okay, so the grandfather on that day, he visited that place, he visited the stable, astabal, what we call in Hindi. So when he visited that stable to check whether Toto was comfortable there or not. Okay, so when he visited there, to grandfather's surprise, what happened there? Toto was pulling its halter. Halter means the rope which was tied around the donkey's neck. So to grandfather's surprise, Nana was pulling on his rope, okay, on his halter. Now, and the donkey was trying to keep away himself as far as it was possible from the bundle of hay. Hay means grass, okay. This kind of grass is known as hay. So this kind of grass, bundle of this kind of grass was there in front of donkey for feeding, okay. So the donkey was keeping away from that grass. Now this was very surprising for the grandfather. Why would any animal would keep away from his food, right? So that's why he was surprised. Grandfather gave Nana a slap across her haunches, okay, and she jerked back, dragging Toto with her, okay. He had fastened onto her long ears with his sharp little teeth, okay. Now what happened when grandfather went there? So the grandfather slapped the donkey on her haunches. This part is known as haunch, okay. So he slapped on the haunches, and the donkey dragged back and brought Toto along with him, along with her, okay, because Toto had fastened its teeth. Toto had fastened its teeth on Nana's long ears. Matlab, actually he was biting, right, with his sharp teeth. Now, Toto and Nana never became friends. Toto and Nana, they could never become friends, okay. Means the donkey and the monkey, they could not become friends, okay. A great treat for Toto during cold winter evenings was the large bowl of warm water given to him by grandmother for his bath. And it was a great treat for Toto when grandmother provided him a kettle of warm water in the winter season for his bath. So that was the great treat. He would cunningly test the temperature with his hand and then gradually step into the bath, first one foot, then the other, as he had seen me doing, until he was into the water up to his neck, okay. And Toto was so smart that he saw the narrator in the way he took bath. So in the same way, now the monkey Toto was also following, he was copying the narrator's way of bathing. So he would also check the temperature of the water, and first he would put one leg into the water, then the other leg into the water, okay, and then he went into the water up to the neck, okay. And he enjoyed this great treat very much and very well, okay. Once comfortable, he would take the soap in his hands or feet and rub himself all over. When the water became cold, he would get out and run as quickly as he could to the kitchen fire in order to dry himself. If anyone laughed at him during this performance, Toto's feelings would be hurt and he would refuse to go on with his bath. One day, Toto nearly succeeded in boiling himself alive. Now what happened? He would just the monkey Toto, he would take bath in the same way as a human being, right? He would take the soap in his hand and he would rub that soap all over his body, and then as the water got cold, he would get out of the water and he would rush towards the kitchen fire to dry himself out. And during this performance of bathing, if anyone would laugh at him, he would be angry and he would be annoyed of that thing, and he would stop taking bath at that moment only, okay. Means you can understand the monkey also has the feelings just like a human being, because he was living with the human beings. As the human being, if anybody will laugh at anybody, so the human body or the human being may get irritated, or his feelings may get hurt, okay. So in the same way, Toto's feelings also got hurt if somebody laughed at him while doing all these things, while performing his bathing action, okay. Now one day what happened, Toto was nearly to die, okay. Now how? he was nearly to boil himself. How? Let's see. A large kettle of water in which the water was boiling over the fire. Okay, so a large kitchen kettle had been left on the fire to boil for tea, and Toto, finding himself with nothing better to do, decided to remove the lid. Finding the water just warm enough for a bath, he got in with his head sticking out from the open kettle. Now what happened? Toto saw a kettle was there was water boiling in a kettle over the fire. Okay, so he went near the kettle, he checked the water, it was warm enough to have a bath. So he decided, and he thought that that water was for the bathing of him. Okay, so he entered into the water up to the neck. Okay, now, and his head was just above the opening area of the kettle. Now, this was just fine for a while until the water began to boil. Toto then raised himself a little, but finding it cold outside, sat down again. Okay, now this was very good for Toto. He was feeling very comfortable till the water started boiling. Okay, but as he felt some warmth inside the water, so he would try to get out of the water, but as he tried to get out of the water, he felt cold outside, so he sat there again, okay, to enjoy the warmth of the water. Now what happened? He continued hopping up and down for some time until grandmother arrived and hauled him half boiled out of the kettle, and he kept hopping up and down into the kettle until the grandmother came and brought him out of the kettle. Okay, and the Toto was half boiled. Half boiled means that was the hot water affected his body. Okay, now if there is a part of the brain especially devoted to mischief, that part was largely developed in Toto. He was always tearing things to pieces. Whenever one of my aunts came near him, he made every effort to get hold of her dress and tear a hole in it. Okay, if there is a part of the brain especially devoted to mischief, if there is a part of brain especially devoted to mischief, if a part of brain has been created for the mischief, so that part was there in Toto's brain. Okay, and how he would tear the things, he would destroy the things, and whenever the narrator's aunt came to his house, okay, he would try hard to catch the clothes of the aunt and to make holes in those cloths. One day at